Okay, welcome to my latest airport update. Remember, this is my 1 to 200 scale airport with 49 gates. And although it's not representative of an actual airport, I'm going to use today's update to kind of mimic a Newark Liberty hub, which is why you can see so many United models out there today. We'll go over some of the routes that might be operated from the Newark hub, as well as the aircraft that I'm using to operate them. Alright, but first we'll start off over here at gate number 1. This is a Delta 737-900ER. This one will be making the round trip back to Atlanta. Next to that is a Delta 717. This one is in the loading process. It will be heading to Minneapolis, St. Paul. Next to that's another Delta 717. And this one will be heading to Detroit. Gates 4 and 5 are my two Alaska gates. Gate 4 is an Alaska 737-900ER in the new livery. It will be making a non-stop trip out to Seattle-Tacoma. Next to that is my Salmon 30 Salmon, Alaska 737-800, and it will be making a trip to Portland, Oregon. That wraps up gates 1 through 5. Gate number 6 is my only Frontier gate, which is currently housing Virginia the Wolf Frontier A321. It will be making the trip back to Denver. Next to that is my only WestJet gate. This is the Tartan Tail WestJet 737-700, and it will be making the flight to Vancouver. Gate number 8 is my JetBlue Embraer E190, and it will be making the trip north to Boston Logan. Alright, now getting to some of my American gates. I've got 3 of them out there today. Gate number 9 is an American Eagle Embraer E170. It will be making the trip up to Washington National. Next to that is an American MD-82 in the old livery. It will be making the return trip back to Dallas, Texas. Gate number 11 is the America West Heritage Airbus A320. It will be making the trip out to Phoenix, Arizona. Next to that is my only Southwest gate today, gate number 12, which is currently housing Maryland 1's 737-700. It is getting boarded up, and we'll be making the trip out to Chicago Midway. Gate number 13 is empty, and it is empty because of a departing Volaris Airbus A321 heading out to Guadalajara, Mexico. And getting into my United gates. Starting off with gate number 14 is a United 737-800 with the Scimitar winglets. It will be making the trip to Orlando, Florida. Next to that, at gate number 15 is empty. 16 is a United Airbus A320. It is getting loaded up to prepare for its flight for San Antonio, Texas. Next to that is my Star Alliance 757-200. It will be making the flight to Las Vegas, Nevada. Next to that is my 737-900 Eco Skies, which will be making the cross-country trip to San Diego. That one's getting loaded up both forward and aft. Next to that is my longest United model. It's my 757-300. It will be making the flight out to San Francisco. Next to that is my United 737-800 with the center winglets, and that one has just arrived from Phoenix, and it will be making the return trip back to Phoenix. Alright, my only semi-wide body at my airport today is my United 767-300ER, and it will be making the transatlantic flight out to Manchester, England. And that wraps up my expanded portion of my airport with my 3 new concourses. All right, I'm going to get into my original 28 gate and continue on with the update. Gate number 22 is a United 757-200. It will be making the trip down to Panama City, Panama. This is my converted from Continental Gemini 200 United 737-700. It just arrived from Fort Myers and will be making a flight out to Charleston, South Carolina. Gate number 26 is another 757-200, and this one is going to be making the flight down to Miami. Okay, my only Air Canada gate today is currently housing an Embraer E190. And it'll be making the trip over to Toronto. Alright, getting into these gates. Gate number 30 is a United 737-800 with the scimitar and winglets. It will be making the trip down to Grand Cayman. 32 is empty. 31 is a 737-800 again with the scimitars getting loaded up. It will be making it just arrived from Kansas City and it's getting ready for its flight out to Memphis. Alright, next to that is another 737-800 with the standard winglets. This one will be making the flight west to Jackson Hole. Alright, an Airbus A320 getting loaded up for Los Cabos, Mexico. Gate number 25 is an Airbus A319, which will be heading to Louisville, Kentucky. And next to that is an Airbus A319, which will be making the flight out to Richmond, Virginia. That wraps up my mainline fleets. Heading over to the RJs. Gate number 33 is empty. Gate number 35 is an Embraer E145, making the trip north to Portland, Maine. Next to that is an Embraer E170. They just arrived from Pittsburgh and we'll be making the flight to Myrtle Beach. Alright, another Embraer E170 getting loaded up with luggage for the flight up to Quebec City. At gate number 40, my third Embraer E170 just arrived from Greensboro, North Carolina, and we're making the return trip to Asheville. I'm getting in a couple more E145s. Gate number 38. This aircraft will be heading out to Grand Rapids, Michigan. Gate number 36, an Embraer E145, heading over to Nantucket, Rhode Island. And gate number 34, this Embraer will be heading north to Quebec City. And that wraps up my RJ terminal. Last but not least, we have quite a bit of Dash 8 commuters. Gate number 41 is a Dash 8 Series 100 heading out to Allentown, Pennsylvania. This Dash 8 100 just arrived from Scranton and we're making the return trip to Scranton, Pennsylvania. This is an arriving Dash 8 Q400 which just has arrived from Rochester, New York. Next to that is a loading Dash 8 Q400 which will be making the trip over to Buffalo, New York. Gate number 46 Alpha. This is a Dash 8 100 series, which will be making the trip over to Albany, New York. My last United model is another Dash 8 Q400, which will be heading north up to Burlington, Vermont. Now my last aircraft on my airport is one of my newest ones. It's my Porter Airlines Dash 8 Q400, which will be making the trip over Toronto downtown. It is in the process of getting pushed back. And that completes my latest 1 to 200 scale airport update of a Newark style hub. Feel free to comment as you need to. So I'm always looking to make this airport a little better. So if you have any ideas of what I can add to it, feel free to let me know.